Separately called 911, one from inside the house, one outside, and police released their ruling calls. He's going to be in court today. ABC's Matt Gutman is in Sanford, Florida with the latest. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, George. Just about 500 days after walking out of this jail on $1 million bond, George Zimmerman is waking up here in solitary confinement for his own security.
Man, what's going on?
Another 911 call, another accusation against George Zimmerman.
He's in my house breaking on my because I asked him to leave. He has a freaking gun breaking all of my stuff right now.
Zimmerman arrested Monday looking vastly different in this mugshot than the clean-cut 28-year-old booked last year after his bail was revoked in the Trayvon Martin case. This time he faces charges of domestic aggravated assault, domestic battery, and criminal mischief after his current girlfriend told police she and Zimmerman had an argument.
Lord have mercy.
Turning ugly.
Help him, Lord. Help him, Lord.
You broke my sunglasses and you put your gun in my freaking face.
Samantha Schott had told police Zimmerman had been packing up his shotgun and an assault rifle when he allegedly cocked the shotgun and pointed it at her. She says he then kicked her out of her home.
Are you kidding me? He just pushed me out of my house and locked me out. Okay, you're outside now? Yes. Okay, so he had a shotgun and an AR-15? Yeah, 2 handguns. I have my house key.
By the time sheriff's deputies arrived, Zimmerman had barricaded the door. Here's his 911 call.
The officers are upstairs?
Yeah, they're banging on the door and the window.
You're not going to go speak with them?
I don't have anything to say.
They had to push away some small furniture items that he had barricading and blocking the front door.
The chief deputy adding that Zimmerman offered no resistance when he was arrested.
Clearly, he's had the opportunity to encounter a situation similar to this in the past.
Put your hands up!
In cuffs fewer than 2 months after being acquitted of murdering Martin.
Underneath!
There's this dust-up outside his wife's home in September, a pending divorce, and this trio of traffic stops. None of the incidents resulted in criminal charges. Even his attorneys from the Trayvon Martin trial deserting him, saying they won't represent him in this case. Now, he could use them. He goes before a judge in just a couple of hours who could grant him bond. Now, if he does make bail, he'll have to give up all of those weapons. Robin.
Hey, y'all remember this song? Hey, little Walter. Something's gonna get you, little Walter. Well, I say, hey, George Zimmerman. Hey, George Zimmerman. Hey, George Zimmerman. Something's gonna get you, George Zimmerman. Well, y'all, unfortunately, I am on to talk about this situation about George Zimmerman. And here it is again. He's in the news. So I just recorded that clip that y'all saw at the beginning of this video. You know, as I said when I did the first video after he had been found not guilty, you know, there's something there. There's something deep. This man is struggling with the fact that he got away with murder. And we understand that the justice system has to take its place, due to course, due process, all of that. But here it is, 2 months after his acquittal. He's been stopped 3 times. He just had an altercation, so to speak, with his ex-wife or his estranged wife and her father. Almost the same scenario, where he has bum rushed, so to speak, his estranged wife home to pick up some of his articles. And here it is now, he's gotten a girlfriend, nice looking woman, as you saw in the video clip that I played. She too has now have to succumb and having to look that spirit of the devil in the eye for herself as his own wife stated, that once he was acquitted, she said, out of her own mouth, she said he became more invincible. So that's telling right there, that lets you know that he has a problem. And you know, I will continue to pray for him and pray for the Trayvon Martin family, because you imagine how she must feel, because this is just letting everybody in America know that he has those tendencies. He has that trigger finger. He's done pulled, allegedly, you know, according to his girlfriend calling into the 911 center. And I don't have to tell you, you heard it for yourself on the video clip that I showed. You know, allegedly he's done pulled a gun in her face. He barricaded the door of her residence. Kicked the woman out of her own house. So that shows you that he feels like he is very authoritative. That shows you that he has the feeling of the invincible. Even when when he called 911, the dispatcher said, well, are you going to go out there and talk to him? And he said, I ain't got nothing to say. Now, keep in mind, he's in this girl's house, his girlfriend's house or apartment or whatever. He's in her house and done barricaded her door, her dwelling place. So, look at the arrogance. And as I stated when the trial was going on, Trayvon Martin was walking home from the store. So he took it upon himself, talking about George Zimmerman, he took it upon himself. This is mine. This is mine. This is my domain. This is where I live. You don't have no right here. That's what he was thinking in his mind. So that's why he bum rushed Trayvon Martin, just like he bum rushed his wife. Just like he bum rushed his own girlfriend. Gonna barricade me out of my own house? Then when the cops come, you don't want to, you tell the dispatcher, oh, they're banging on the door. I'm telling y'all, there are people out here on the loose like that, with that mentality. And just like George Zimmerman, a strange wife, said, he has become more invincible since he had been acquitted of that crime. And see, now his attorneys that represented him in his murder trial, they're not going to represent him. They don't want to really have anything to do with him, honestly. And I'm just saying this, people. You know, anytime you're picked to be on the jury, and I understand that there's jury instructions. I understand all of that. And Lord knows I could be wrong. And I'm not even going to say it, because I don't want to have to put life to something that is an untruth. But you know what? Did he just get, you know, in my heart of hearts, he did. Trayvon Martin's blood is still crying from the ground. Trayvon Martin's death, the injustice that occurred in that courtroom, the injustice that occurred on that night, Trayvon Martin's blood is still calling up from the ground. Because here it is. We still have a loose cannon on the loose. It's not enough, George, that you were acquitted for murder. It's not enough that you got your weapons back, George Zimmerman. That's not enough. It's not enough that you had an altercation with your wife not too long ago. That was a media fiasco. It's not enough for you, George. So what do? You go to your girlfriend's house and begin to destroy her property, according to what she was saying in the 911 calls. You begin to destroy and break her property. Then you proceed, according to her, put a gun in your face, in her face rather. And you locked her out of her own house. You barricaded the door where she couldn't even get into her own home. So that's not enough for you, George. Something on the inside of you is eating away at you, son. Something is eating away at you. Are you? Do you need help? Is this a cry for help? Because it just does not make any sense that here it is, you claim that you needed your weapons because you felt threatened. And I'm almost certain that he got death threats. Oh, absolutely. But it wasn't enough that you had to went through that whole trial. You get on the stand and you apologize to the Trayvon Martin family because of the circumstances in which you had to take, according to you, their child's life. It wasn't enough that a mother is still suffering and still trying to understand how her child died on the way home from the store with some Arizona tea and Skittles. She's still struggling. That father is still struggling. Some of us in America are still struggling with that. But yet we accept it, so to speak. And here it is. You're continuously in the news about this very thing that took Trayvon Martin's life. Your disrespect for authority. Your disrespect towards women. Your own wife and your own girlfriend now. Your total disregard of the law. But yet you think and you say that you feel threatened, that you need your weapons. How is your wife a threat to you that you've got to lock and load on her and her father? How's your girlfriend, who apparently allowing you to stay or come and visit her at her dwelling place, how is she a threat to you? And you're carrying around multiple handguns. You can't feel too threatened because you're displaying actions and attributes of a vigilante, of someone that's just out there mad and angry with the world. And as I said, it wasn't good enough that you went through all of that. You're still creating havoc within your community. So, this is just something I'm going to have to pray about so I can settle my spirit. Because I still know that the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof, and they that dwell therein and within. We know this. But here it is again. We're having to be reminded by such persons as George Zimmerman that he has no regard for the law. He does exactly what he wants to do, just as he did on that night with Trayvon Martin. He did exactly what he wanted to do. He disobeyed what the dispatcher said. He did exactly what he wants to do. And he's continuing to do it. So what then? as a society, what then do we do? It's a tragedy, an absolute tragedy. But even more tragic is this man. Yes, he's arrested. Yes, he's in jail. But what will be the outcome? Anyway, those are just my thoughts, y'all, on this situation. Just my thoughts. Anyway, y'all, again, let's just pray, because you got people in this life, in this earth, that's what they wake up thinking about, who they're going to murder. They wake up with a chip, no, a tree log on their shoulder, just mean, thinking about how they're gonna make somebody's day miserable, because there's something in them that's just not right. It's just not right. Because if you've got a person that truly has a care and concern for human beings, as he claimed he did on that night as a neighborhood watch, if you have a genuine concern, then you chose the violent instead of the approach of, hey, I'm just checking to make sure everything's okay. Do you belong here? Legitimate question. If you've had crime in your neighborhood, legitimate question. But you see, he did it the way he wanted to do it, as a bum rusher, and that's what he's did, and that's what he's continuing to display, even with his own wife and girlfriend. So anyway, y'all, as always, let's keep this nation in prayer. Amen. Anyway, God bless, and may the peace of the Lord be with you.